Hello, I'm Bood FM and welcome to episode 16, year 16 of my Journeyman series, The Road to Anywhere. As always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button. Let's share the love about. It really helps me out. It helps more people find my channel, which is great. So to all you guys that do smash that like button, I thank you. You're a hero. You are a hero. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're all well and safe. Bit of troubling times and it's a bit dodgy. So yeah. Stay safe, man. If you see on the news about a street playing street bingo, it could quite possibly be my street. My wife and all the other ladies from the street play street bingo at weekend, which gave me a great chance to play Football Manager uninterrupted. And it was proper cool, really. And they filmed it. And someone from the news has found out, and they've all had to sign something to say they're okay with it going on the TV. So there's a chance it might end up on the news somewhere. They all sat at the end of the drive on a deck chair, miles apart from each other, and one of the neighbours has got a little speaker and a microphone. They did bingo. So I thought it was brilliant. So yeah, I've played a lot of Football Manager, so that's why we've got another Road to Anywhere, because I got through another season of this. I was really enjoying it. I've also got through another season of Coventry, so I'm hoping I can bring that out maybe tomorrow. Fingers crossed. So yeah, hopefully you're going to watch them all. So let's get into it, eh? Well, here we are. It's the 12th of August. It's the start of season 3 here at Besiktas in Turkey, and I've kind of loved it. I've gone from worrying about it to loving it, because I took them over as champions, as you know. They'd already sold off some talent. I had no money. I brought in one right back, was it? Or left back on a free. It was on £2.5 a week because we had no money to spend. And we did okay. I did alright. We got back into Europe. I won the Cup, the Turkish Cup. Last year, I made a load of free signings. I found some right bangers. And I won the league, which is great. So we're in the Champions League this year. And I've done all this without spending any money. I think I spent a couple of million, roughly. But it's not a lot. Now, when you look at the finances of this club, you think, they're alright. They're in a good place. But it's still in a lot of debt. So I didn't want to just spend it now because I can. And at the end of the last episode, I'll give you kind of a little tease. And then I showed you the list of all the frees I was bringing in. And I'm going to show you them in a sec. I just wanted to maybe just explain my thought behind it. Now, if you watch my rebuilds, especially my shorter rebuilds, where I go in and I give myself 3 years to try and be as successful as possible, I kind of do it in a bad way, in a way, because I'll get talent in at different levels depending on who we are. And sometimes I might laden that club on with debt because I know after 3 years I'm not going to play it. So I'm not bothered. I'm not thinking about the future. And one thing I loved, especially on this Journeyman, is when I was in Croatia, how we quickly turned Hajduk Split into a top team. And they are still the top team now in Croatia. We left them financially in a great place. We did some good deals for them. And then obviously I went off to South America, and that's a bit different. I mean, Estudiantes did a similar thing there, really. But here, I wanted to get the club in a better place. Now we're in mega debt. Now I now realise, forget the overall debt. Everyone says that's unimportant. It's that net debt. And it's down by another, 40 million from last year. I don't know if I'll ever clear that, but I want to keep going towards that. I want to try and be successful. It's like a challenge within the little club, within the Journeyman. Can I be successful without really spending? And what I did this summer, I think, was pretty awesome. Because not only did I not spend any money, I recouped cash by selling some players I already had, who I think are average. The one at the top, it was a decent player in my first season. But to get potentially 8.25 million bonus, look at people like Fall, that's the right back I signed last year on a free. He's gone to Schalke for 6.25 million. That's just pure profit. So the majority of these signings I'd got 3 months ago. You've seen that list. This was a late addition. Ryo Otani. He's Japanese, and we signed him on a free from Bordeaux. Now, I had a bit of competition to sign him. I mean, he's not a world beater, but he's worth 11 million, nearly 12. Now, this one is because I signed the Japanese lad. Now, I signed this one first, Luigi Serafini or whatever. And then I thought he'd be a decent backup. I liked his finishing. And you never used to be able to do this on Football Manager. Whenever you used to sign a player, you could instantly sell him. But I put him up for transfer list, and he's gone to another team in Turkey. A good team. So why can I do this now? Because you generally, honestly, I've not tried it for years because when you could never just resell a player instantly. You used to have to keep him for a year. I don't know if it's a Turkish thing, but I made an instant profit off this one. Next up, we signed 26-year-old Carlini, about to hit his peak from Atalanta in Italy. Can cover up front. Again, his pace is okay. His acceleration ain't the best, but he's got good enough crossing, dribbling, techers, free kicking, taking. He's got a bit of flair. Good right winger. This is the chap I kind of got a bit excited about. I told you about his name. I was again surprised, a bit like Perry last year from Brighton. This lad's from Chelsea. He's 24. Chelsea did not want him. I mean, in his entire Chelsea career, over a span of 8 years, so he's been there since he was 16, obviously. He's played 19 times for him. I think, alright, you're not going to get in the Chelsea team, but we're in Turkey. And look at him, 24-year-old Englishman. This is the reason why we cashed in on Fall, because I got this chap. He's 29, Dave. A 29-year-old Frenchman, never played for his country, but I think in Turkey he's going to be a very, very good right back. Over to the left wing, and we brought in Polish lad, 24-year-old Piotr Kowalczyk. That's his actual name. That is exactly how you pronounce it. Honest. But he's decent. Again, decent player on a free. Now worth 8 million. I don't think I'm ever going to spend money again. I just need to make more of an effort of looking who's coming up on a freebie. Now we've signed a Finnish goalkeeper. He's 27 years old. He's played for his country, and I think he's really good, especially for our league. Although he's been last 3 years, they loaned him out to Zenit, Celtic, Southampton. They struggled to play. Will he play here? I don't know, but I think he can compete. We've signed another player at the end of his contract from Bayer Leverkusen, 25-year-old Cheba, we call him Cheba, who's again very good. No greens, but he's got a couple of 17s. Last but not least, we've signed Ibrahim Kone, 21-year-old Frenchman, centre half, covered right back, covered the other positions as well. Got room for improvement. Very good young centre half. Now I think those additions, with some of the players I've kept, some of the good young Turkish players we've got, especially our number one centre half, Atalay, who's got big teams in the Premier League after him. Mix that up with some of the quality free signings I got last year, especially the 2 Austrians and Will Perry. I think we're putting a team together here with Wheatley, got Gherkin, who's a good young player, one of our own. We have got some talent. I mean, some of these Turkish lads don't look like they're amazing, but the Turkish, they know how to play the system, they know how to play this tactic now. I mean, Will Perry was fantastic last year. Probably going to get a bit of interest this year. The young Brighton lad. Kaiser, hoping for a better season. Now he's going to settle because look how good he looks on paper. You might know, I think I told you about the youth facilities in the last episode, but now they're doing the training facilities. So that's what I'm hoping for. Let's use this money. Let's improve the infrastructure. We may never clear the debt while I'm here. I'd have to be here a few years and keep running this system to clear this debt and hopefully being successful and not get sacked like I nearly did in the first season, remember? I can't see that happening now though. I think we're all settled. They know the tactic. Most of the players are my players. I couldn't see me doing that now. But I just want to leave this club in the best position possible, man. Now they want us to challenge for the league. I want to challenge for the league. I feel like it's ours. Champions League. We're entering at the group stage, which is great. I'm guessing that's the league going back up in ranking because last time I had to qualify. So anyway, reached the final of the Turkish Cup and they're not bothered about the Super Cup. I'm always bothered about the Super Cup. Well, we're not favourites for the league title. It's actually Galatasaray, Fenerbahce third. The big three, aren't we? We'll be competing and we'll definitely be giving it a best shot at what we'll win it. We've got 4 players in the dream team. Wheatley, my new boy. Kaiser up top, Perry on the right, and my new right back. So we should have more than that. I've got some quality, absolute quality, and I love the fact they've done it on the free. Staff is pretty much the same. I didn't do much to it. I think I improved my scouting team a little bit. I think you saw that. I've got an extra scouting. It's not the best in the league, but I'm not too bothered about that, to be fair. Let's find out what went down. Well, we'll start here with the Super Cup, and I unfortunately lost it to Fenerbahce. I was very gutted by this. Bit distraught by it, especially the way we got beat. We got battered, and it was a bit a bit of a worry, really, because, I don't know, I thought my team were going to do better than this. I wanted to start the league off really well. I've been in the Super Cup 3 years now. We lost the first one when I first took over. We won it last year. So yeah, to lose against a rival this way, it's a bit soul destroying. Now before the Super Cup, we had pre-season obviously, and it was pretty good. It was a big one than normal. I went for a big one to try and get all these new players gelled together, and I was really positive coming out of this because of how well we'd done. And we went on a training camp to England, so we had some games in England, and we drew with Arsenal, which was amazing. We drew with the mighty Derby, beat Wimbledon, and then because I signed a Japanese star, it said to me it'd be good to go and promote the club in Japan. So I thought, let's do it. So we went on a tour of Japan, and that was super successful. So hopefully we can get a bit more of that success in the real season. Now, I did mention in the last episode, I didn't know what sport meant. I got some grief for this, but I also got a lot of people just being very helpful and telling me it means sport. So there you go. And we played one of the sport teams in the cup, the 5th round, first leg. We battered him, Kaiser. Kaiser means king in German, and Austrians speak sort of German, don't they? So basically, it's called Martin King. I love that. Didn't love the return leg. We got beat 1-0, but obviously we did enough on aggregate. And we will face this team who we should be absolutely annihilating in the next round. Let's check in on the Super League, and we were 3rd at the halfway point, some way off. Trabzonspor, what have they called at the top? Galatasaray 2nd, Fenerbahce a bit disappointing in 5th, but them top 5 teams are definitely they're definitely the biggest teams. After the 3 Istanbul teams, you've got the other 2, haven't you? Who are very good. We all share titles, really, don't we? Look at that. If you look at the last lot of winners, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that all of us in there? I'd say it, isn't it? Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, and us. Yeah. Competitive. I think it's a way better league. I've never done it, and I'm wondering why I've never done it. Kaiser, though, one positive from this, he's putting that ball in the back of the net like a freaking demon. It's like Robin van Persie had a love child with Ruud van Nistelrooy, and they created Martin King, who's even the best player in the league. We've got another 3rd best player in the league as well, Fuat Tunsel, and we've got a couple more. Look at that, Will Perry's on the list. We're doing well, and we've maybe with some points off the title, but it's a long way to go. Defensively, we're doing really well. We're just not the best, but we're solid. And I think I'm quite happy with it. Especially it's had some new additions, new goalkeeper and so on. So I'm happy. Probably the reason why they're top of the league, innit? We need to score a few more goals. I mean, King is doing well, which is good, because if he wasn't, we'd be struggling a little bit. But then, you got to realise we are playing Champions League football as well this year. Proper, like, European elite football against proper teams. And what a group. Group of freaking death. We had no chance of getting out of this, and I'm not even going to pretend we had one. Man City and Barca, way ahead of us. We only won one freaking game. I mean, to be fair, I thought Lyon were going to do it, and we were going to just get kicked out of Europe completely. But no, we've kind of scripted our way into the Europa League, which is probably more our level. I'll be honest with you, it is. Got more chance of winning that. I mean, we got to the final, didn't we? And lost it. I keep losing Europa League finals on my saves. It's getting a bit annoying. So yeah, 3rd. Let's have a look at just what we did. So there are 3 defeats. Man City beat us twice. Barcelona annihilated us at the Nou Camp. We drew with Barca though, and obviously the one game we won was at home. Good win though, against Lyon. We find ourselves against a very good team from Germany with awesome kits, Wolfsburg. That is going to be a test. Financially though, bit of European football's done us good, especially Champions League money, and we'll get a few extra payments later on in the season with that as well. This is my squad, and you're going to look at it and think, wow, some foreigners there, but you're allowed 14, and that's what I'm saying. You've got to do that balance. Even if there's loads of great players on a free, you can't just sign them all because they're good. You've got to think, if he's coming in, who's leaving? Do you know what I mean? This is one of them times when I think a pad is essential, because you can write stuff down and go, right, do I really need him? No. He's better. He can go. And you've got to do that mixing and swapping, and it's why I've kept some good Turkish players, because they're homegrown for Besiktas. So you've got to find that balance, not just for the Turkish league, but like for Europe. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a quick look at some of my favourite players, and obviously Martin Kingy is one of them. 23 years old. He's got some years ahead of him. Now he's wanted now. Let's have a look who's after him at this point. Tottenham, end of contract. See his contract there. That was a worry. We've got our Dave, the new right back, who's come in and just took over that position, which is fantastic, and he's been brilliant in every competition for me. So yeah, he's unambitious. That don't matter. He plays very well for me. Obviously, we've got Will Perry, the English Ronaldo, they call him here in Istanbul. 24 years old. Nobody wants him. You just stay in Turkey, mate. You just stay here. You'll have a career. Now, Wheatley isn't playing very well at the minute. He is injured. But I've got a lot of faith still in this kid. I think he's a good player. I do. And I'm wondering if it's a settling in thing. You know, foreign food, different culture, new place. I mean, the one good thing, he's got me and a couple of English lads here already, or one English lad. So I think he should be alright. I reckon he's one of them where next year you'll see the real Demario Wheatley. So let's jump forward to the 1st of April like I normally do. And let's find out what's going down. We're still in things. We've still got things we can win. Got a title to try and get back. Let's do it. Let's start the journey here with the Turkish Cup. That's what I call it. And we won 2-1 in the 6th round, first leg against that team. I'll send you a bag of minstrels if you can pronounce them. In the return leg. Wow. Wow. Demolition. We only got 10 shots on target. 8 of them went in. In the next round, we faced this team who, when I look at them, they remind me of this place. It's a place in Turkey. Now, they always thought civilization is like 5,000-6,000 years old, don't they? They're adamant on it. But then they found a place. It's like, is it Golbel Tepe? It's something Tepe, like Golbel or Golbek Tepe. It's 15,000 years old, and it was buried and preserved by the people for some reason. Full town in Turkey that proves that we were a civilization a lot longer than they originally thought. I love all that stuff about lost civilizations that have just been forgotten about because of time. Job was done in the first game. When we went to their place, we beat them 1-0, and then we went on a tour of Golbel Tepe, Golbel, whatever it's called. That really cool archaeological site. I treated the boys for doubt. We had sandwiches and everything. So far though, I've only played the first leg of the semi-final and we've won it 3-1. So hopefully, might be on course for another cup final. In the league, unfortunately, we are third. And Kaiser's having a bit of a drop off. He's now second in the goal scoring charts. He's dropped right out of the top 3 of top players. Is what it is though. The league's dropped down again to 11th, which is annoying. And yeah, but we're 5 points off the top. Were we 7 last time or 6? We're catching him. Let's have a look at our results in the league. And we started off brilliantly, beating Galatasaray, which is awesome. We didn't get beat until we played here, and even that was a close game. It's just one of them you lost. Throw a dice kind of games. But we've been really good. I mean, we're not losing. We're losing every now and again. But we lost to Galatasaray. We've lost to that bloody team in the cup, which is weird. But we had some great results. So can we get back to the Europa League final? I wanted to. I felt robbed last year. And the way it is you got to think the big 3 in Istanbul, the other 2 have got European trophies and we haven't. And that's one thing I want to achieve before I leave. So I was hoping we could, and we started off very well by going to Germany and beating Wolfsburg 5-2. And then we battered them in the home leg. I didn't expect us to be so good against them, but we were. Kaiser got on the score sheet, Perry got 2. We were going to be facing the world's biggest club. Yeah, you guessed it. Manchester United. We all know it. Don't pretend you don't believe it. Yeah, we beat them 2-1, which is amazing. They probably had the edge on us, really, when it came to creativity. But what a job we did. 2-1. We just had to go to the theatre of dreams, and we got beat 2-1. So, obviously, it went to penalties. And like I always say, penalties is a lottery. You win some, you lose some. We won it. I always find it so weird when I cheer against Manchester United. This is the one time I feel weird on this game, is when I'm like, yeah, just beat United. Oh, it feels wrong inside, but we're through. And we're going to come up against another very good German side. So this is the squad arranged by average rating, and look, we've got a lot of greens there, a lot of good players who are playing regularly, some who aren't, but still do me a job when they do play. Kaiser, 29 goals. Can't really complain with that. So let's get to the business end of this season, eh? Let's find out what happens. Can we crawl back and nick that title? Do you know what I mean? Can we win some silverware? Let's start here with the Turkish Cup. And it was, of course, the second leg in the semi-final. And we won 1-0 with a goal from Barak, 4-1 on aggregate. Dominated the game and eased our way into the final. I don't think we've not come up against any real teams. We've had quite a lot of luck on our run to the final. And luckily, our luck didn't run out. This is 2 cups now I've won in the last 3 years. Won it when I first came here, and I think we beat them in the final as well. It was that first year, they were nearly champions and lost it, and then lost the cup to us. They lost the cup to us again, but we were the better team. Kingy got both goals, which is great. Even got man of the match. We had a lot of bookings, but it's fine. I'm just glad I got my hands on some silverware, because there's been flashes at times, moments this season when I thought I'm going to be empty-handed here. So yeah, great victory against a great team who won the league by 3 points. They took the title off us. It is what it is, but we're second, and to secure that was fantastic. Galatasaray kind of fell away at the end, but it is what it is. I don't really care. Fenerbahce was shit. I mean, the team in 4th and 5th. Fair play to you boys for breaking the mould. But Champions League, we might have to qualify. I'll play a qualifier, but I don't care. We're in the Champions League again. And this is why I think not only did we end up second, but we nearly got that freaking league title. Because we didn't get beat. We drew 2 games in the running and then won the rest. And that last game was out of this world. Crazy good against a very good team. Former champions from not long ago. So to beat them 5-1 was fantastic. It's just, it's gutting. We didn't win the league. Win the cup makes up for it, especially beating the team who won the league. Because then we're going to be going up against them, won't we, in the Super Cup next year. So I'm happy. Well, we had to face Bayer Leverkusen. We went to their place. We won 1-0 in a very close game. But we did enough. Kingy. And it's 1-0 again. This time Kone got us the goal. We should have scored more. We were way better at home with the crowd behind us. And we got ourselves into the semi-finals. Touching distance of back-to-back Europa League finals. We just had to get past one of England's biggest clubs. Spurs, who battered us at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Their Premier League quality shone through. Jude Bellingham, one of the good young players on the game. They battered us. Look at the stats. We had 1 shot on target. I mean, the goalkeeper had a great game. Imagine he didn't. It would have been about 9-1. And it got a bit worse because it came to us and beat us. And deserved it. They deserved to go through to the final. Jude again. Hey, Jude. Yeah. I don't know if you're an old school fan or you're an old school sub of mine. Did you ever watch that? When they did that song, Hey Bude. I mean, oh God. I think it was on Manchester Central. I changed the lyrics to Hey Bude. Bloody hell. I've done some crazy things back in the day. Well, Spurs went on and won it, so fair play to them. Jude again. So what a bad season. Second in the league. At least we've got Champions League money, hopefully. The group stage is going to be tough, wasn't it? Come on. Europa League, I think we did pretty well. We needed a bit of luck really against Spurs, but they were just better. I think our luck ran out against Man United. Personally, I've got myself down as a C+, but the manager's performance says I've got a B- from my board. Yeah, I think they're being a bit nice to me there, to be fair. Although this year I thought, sack it. I've been preaching the freebies, which is great, and I was looking for some. I couldn't really find anyone. There's some okay ones, but I think I've had a bit of luck with a couple of players the last couple of years. I thought, I've got a good squad here. I don't want to bring in 8 new players. I think it just needs a piece or 2. Got 80 million. And even though he had interest from Spurs, he signed a new deal with me. That shows you where we're taking this club. He said, nah, I'm staying here. On 20 grand a week, fair enough. But I'm staying here. Now, one good thing is my squad. Everyone's signed up for at least another 2 years. No one's leaving. No one's going. And I'm happy with them all, really. Like I said, I might get an addition or 2. It's got to be the right addition for the right price. I'm not going to bankrupt the club for nothing, but I had a few ideas. I had a few targets. So there you have it. That is the end of season 16 of the Road to Anywhere, and the end of my 3rd season in Turkey. I'm staying for a 4th. I'm not even asking you what you think, because I'm really loving it. I really feel like I want to keep playing. I want to keep it. I want to stay here. I love my boys. I love my team. And I think with a couple of additions, maybe. I mean, we're in the Champions League next year, but I think we could maybe. I want to win that freaking trophy. It's hard. It might not happen, but at least want to leave as the champion. So the Turkish League is my main aim. I definitely won't stay longer than 4 years. That's going to be my max. But hopefully you've enjoyed this and you'll come back for the next season. Make sure you smash that like button. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. If you really want to help me out, you can always pledge to my Patreon. And like I always say at the moment, I hope you're well and safe. Hope your family are well and safe. Just stay safe, man. It's a worrying time, so we're in it together, aren't we? And hopefully I'll have a few more episodes out this week. The next Road 20 will be on Saturday, and we'll have another commentary one very, very soon. So yeah, take care, stay safe. I'm Bood. I'll see you next time.